For more on the investigation, we turn to CBSN law enforcement analyst Paul Violas, who joins us now. Paul, what do you make of the fact that there's now this change in the timeline? Does that affect the investigation at this point?
There's no question. Yeah, I mean, it's really, Rena, it's going to come down to when Las Vegas PD was notified. Now we're understanding that the security officer from Mandalay Bay was shot through the door 6 minutes prior to when the mass shooting started. So it's going to come down to, did that security officer from his phone, did he call 911? And if so, then Las Vegas PD was notified 6 minutes before the shooting started. Or did he call Security Central at Mandalay Bay? And when they got that message, what did they do with it? All of that is going to be, all of that's going to be discoverable when you start, because it's all public record.
Are you surprised we still have no motive on this?
Not yet. No, I'm not surprised. And only because, Rena, to understand the process here, there are so many moving parts. You've got ATF tracking, all of those weapons, and that's a lot. And then you have FBI and detectives from Las Vegas PD on the ground interviewing relatives and coworkers. And you interview one person, typically 2 or 3 more come out of that. Then you have the cyber piece, which we were talking about earlier. That's going to be the fascinating part, the forensic piece. Looking at every website that he visited, emails, text messages that he sent, the digital footprint.
I mean, because we've heard so far he doesn't have a huge digital footprint. Do you believe that? Do you think that that's a definite?
I really find that hard to believe that he has no digital footprint. I really do. I understand that his age is, but regardless of that, he, just based on the sophistication of his planning, I find it extremely difficult to believe that when they do the forensics on that computer, his laptop, his desktop, whatever it may be, as well as his phone, that there is not going to be some type of digital timeline with respect to who he spoke to, who he met with, where he was training, etc.
What do you make of the fact that he used a freight elevator to get up to his room?
Well, think about it. He picked this place, Rena, for a reason. We know that he scouted Fenway. We know that we're someplace in Boston. We know he was scouting in Chicago. He picked here because he's a high roller. He knows how the comings and goings, and also high rollers get away with just about anything that they want. So if he threw somebody a couple of bucks, he has 20, he has 100. Listen, I need to use that freight elevator. I got some big pieces. They know he's a high roller. Boom, he uses what he wants.
So what do you think the working theory might be here? He just snapped?
No, no one just snaps. No one ever snaps. What we're going to find is they're building the profile. So you're asking about really the mens rea here behind us, the intent. They're building the profile now based on information collected from friends, relatives, coworkers, etc. And that's a set of behavioral characteristics. So if we marker board this, now they're going to build what's called the violence continuum, or the actions that he displayed, things that he said prior to this happening. I assure you, there will be a catalyst. Something did happen to put this ball in motion.
What surprised you the most about this case?
Right now?
Yeah.
The fact that he didn't, when you think about him as a person, the one thing that's really setting me back right now is he actually fits the profile of a domestic violence batterer.
In what way?
Well, when you look at him, he was extremely controlling, extremely manipulative, but yet he had his thumb down on the girlfriend so much that everywhere she went, he knew about. Now they're finding out that he would demean her and berate her in public, even threaten her and scream at her in public. So when you think about a guy that's going to treat a woman like that, it speaks volumes to their character or lack thereof. And he's actually fitting a good piece of that right now. That surprised me when I heard that. It really did.
Paul Violas, thank you very much for joining us, Paul.
Always good seeing you.